Hey everybody, what's up? This is Anaris of Anaris Starcraft, and this is going to be the third and final tutorial that will cover the races and their basic functionality in Starcraft 2 Wings of Liberty, which by the way is coming out in about 24 hours or so. I'm definitely excited about that. And this tutorial, like I said, is going to go ahead and cover the Terrans. If you've seen my other two tutorials covering the Zerg and the Protoss, you will immediately recognize kind of a similar situation here. Got some minerals hanging out, got some gas kind of floating up, and we've got our 6 workers hanging out. And this is the Terran Command Center, which is, I can zoom in here and show you, this is kind of the focal point for the Terran base. This is where the SCVs take the minerals and the gas. This is where you build SCVs, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff happens in this command center. So you also see down here that I do have 6 SCVs. Go ahead and zoom in on those. And you will see that they do have jetpacks on their backs, which I don't quite understand how they hover with jetpacks that shoot out the back. It doesn't seem like they really shoot down at all. So I don't know what mechanic they are using to hover in their little jetpack there, but that's okay. It's StarCraft 2, and I'm not really going to question it, as StarCraft 2 doesn't really follow the laws of physics too well. So I'm going to go ahead and select these SCVs here, and you see I am just moving them around. I'm going to go ahead and right-click on this patch of mineral right here, and they're going to split apart and do their thing, and they'll immediately begin mining minerals from the different places right here. So you'll see that we do have 2 mineral patches here which are not being touched. So I'm going to go ahead and have my command center selected, and we need to get some more of these awesome gravity defying SCVs here. So there's a button right here, top left of your command center UI, that shows a portrait of an SCV. We're going to go ahead and click this. It is going to deduct 50 minerals from our ever-increasing stash here. And we're just going to go ahead and wait for this to build here, as it should be done in just a couple seconds. If you mouse over the progress bar, it will show you the time remaining. Yep, okay. And whenever you hear SCV ready, that means that it is indeed ready to work. We're going to go ahead and select it by left-clicking it, and we're going to right-click on this mineral patch. So this SCV, which we have just built, is now working. Like I said earlier, this is our mineral count right here, which you see as these SCVs bring these nice shiny blue crystals back to the command center. This number does indeed go up. You always want this number to go up. However, you never want it to get too high, because if it gets too high, that means you're not spending it on units, and if you're not spending it on units or buildings, then you're probably doing something wrong. Quick tip, keep that in mind as you're playing. So anyways, for now, since this is a tutorial, I'm not going to pay too much attention to that, not going to worry too much about spending the money down, as I really wouldn't be able to do that and effectively explain things. Yeah, wouldn't really be able to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and build a couple more SCVs here, but first, you'll notice that when I built this first SCV, it kind of hung out here for a minute until I told it where to go. Now, that is fine and dandy, but you don't want to be spending the entire game going over here, building all your units, going across the map, dealing with, attacking your opponent, and having to come back here and build more SCVs and, tell them to go mine. So, nice little functionality that Blizzard has incorporated into StarCraft 2. It's called the Rally Point. And you will see this button right here, Set Rally Point. If you read the tooltip here, it basically just says that any units that are built from this building will go to a point that you place this rally point on. So I'm going to go ahead and left-click it, and left-click on that mineral patch right there. And an easier way to do that is you can actually just click the command center and right-click where you want it to go. But I just did the little left-click thing here just to show you how it works, kind of the long method of doing so. So now that we've got this awesome rally point here leading to the minerals, I'm going to go ahead and build a couple more SCVs. And just wait for them to build. They should be done in just a couple minutes here, as our economy is slowly starting to get up to about a little bit over 1,000 minerals here. So now that this 9th SCV is done, I am actually going to take it and begin building our base. So I'm just going to go right up here, And you'll see, just like the drones and the probes, the SCVs do have the gather button right here. Now, one ability that the probes and drones do not have, this is unique to Terran, is the ability to repair. So, I'll actually go ahead and tell this SCV to attack this command center. And he's just using his little drill there. I don't know what he's doing, but that is okay. This command center is sitting at 1480 out of 1500 health now. So, what you can do is select the SCV, right-click on the command center, and you'll see that he just he repaired that super quick. SCVs do repair fairly fast, so just keep that in mind. Repair works on any mechanical units, both air and ground, and also works on buildings, as you just saw. So I'm going to go ahead and take my SCV out here, and you'll see I do have build structures and build advanced structures. For now, we're just going to go ahead and focus on the basic structures, as we do need to build those to get to the more advanced units and buildings of Terrans. I went ahead and selected the basic structure icon, and it brought me to a little menu here, which has the command center, refinery, which lets us extract gas from the little snazzy geysers right here. Also, we have the Terran supply depot, which functions just like the pylon and the overlord. When you build one of these, which actually I'm going to go ahead and do right now, the SCV will begin to construct the supply depot. And during the duration of the construction for the building, the SCV will be unable to perform any other actions. You can queue up actions for it to do after it has completed its task. However, it will not be able to do anything until this building is done, which you see he now goes over here because I told him to after he was done. So, in that manner, you can actually tell him to build multiple buildings. So what I'm going to do is I've selected the building icon, and I do have the ability to build a barracks, which lets you build infantry, and an engineering bay, which does contain some upgrades for the infantry. Few of the things that we will cover in this tutorial just a little bit later on. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and click the barracks button and place that. So he will begin construction of the barracks here. That'll take a little bit of time. While I have him doing that, though, I can go ahead and click this build structures button again, click another barracks, and drop it down. So as soon as he is done building this this barracks right here, he will immediately go and start building this one. Also, if you do have an SCV building in a facility here, you will see that sometimes he does kind of get hidden in the construction, scaffolding and whatnot. An easy way to select him would be to select the building, and then you see there's a little icon of an SCV right here. You can go ahead and click that, and it will select the SCV no matter where he is in the actual building right there. So I did have a bit of lag. I don't really know what's going on. I do apologize for that. It looks like the SCV is going to go ahead and continue to build as ordered, though, which is definitely a good thing. I am going to go ahead and build several more SCVs. Just go ahead and get those queued up. Tell them to go to that point and just work on getting our mineral line saturated here. As with the other two races, you generally want to have 20 to 25 workers working on the minerals, as well as 3 workers per gas. And that number will fluctuate for the mineral line if you were getting ready to build an expansion in the near future, as you would probably want to go ahead and build some extra SCVs to transfer up to the expansion once it has completed building. But I will cover the details of that in a different tutorial, one which will probably come after this one. So, for now, this SCV is done. As you